Hey guys, yesterday I rewatched the first Equalizer. I've seen the second movie, but I didn't really think too much of it. I thought the pacing was weird. I've only watched the second movie a couple times. Rewatching the recap, there's been some cool action scenes and some other good things. But my fiance and I went to go see Equalizer 3 today, so I wanted to upload my ranking for that later today as well. But for right now, I want to give my thoughts on the first Equalizer movie. This movie came out at a weird time because everyone was still watching John Wick, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is the movie that changed the action genre, and it came out at a time that nobody really knew that they wanted to see that. But it was super good and super well handled, and this movie was a more serious take on that. It wasn't as flashy kicks, flashy fight scenes, well choreographed scenes. This one was more brutal, more hands-on, more guns, more explosions, more traps. Some of that stuff is really cool. And this first movie has a lot of heart, and Denzel Washington plays Robert McCall, and he's a vicious killer, but he's a vigilante for justice, and he just wants to make sure people get to live the best life that they're owed. But when evil rears its ugly head, he has to step in. He is the example of the perfect bystander who just will not let people keep getting fucked over, and he wants everyone to get a good life. So let's talk about the cast of this movie. So you got Denzel Washington is amazing. He is badass, but calm, scary calm, where he's on the phone with someone, he can keep his calm with you, and just, it's so good. He's incredible. Incredible acting, Oscar-worthy acting here. I think he does an amazing job. I think this is by far one of Denzel Washington's best franchises, and I love Denzel. I think his acting is incredible. Here we also have Chloe Grace Moretz, who is most known for being in Kick-Ass as Hit Girl. Here she plays a singer who is basically being used as a Russian whore. And this plot, so it's movie one is the Russian mob versus the American people. And so we're in the middle of a war here. And basically, Mr. Equalizer himself, Mr. Robert, ends up getting involved in everything. So he's just trying to help his friend, wants to help his friend get on a good diet and become a security officer. And then he wants to help his other friends with their problems, and their restaurant gets attacked and collections are made, so that he has to step in. And it's so brilliant. We also have David Harbour in this movie, once again playing a Russian corrupt cop. Great to see David Harbour in another Russian role here. I didn't even realize it was him until I watched Stranger Things and Black Widow years later. But it's great to see David Harbour in an earlier role. Still feels like David Harbour. But what I love how McCaw, Robert, ends up dispatching his prey in this movie. He does it stealthily because his skill set that we see, which is clearly CIA based, maybe even beyond that. But his training is amazing because he goes off and he's using power tools, drilling through dudes' heads. This is exactly the B kind of action movie that we want to see. We love it. It's great. Taking a saw gun right through someone's head, using traps, using Home Depot supplies to get what he wants. It's amazing. It's a ballet of brutality here. I'd love to see him go toe-to-toe with John Wick. But this movie really does do a good job of setting up this world and setting up this character and making it real. We have corrupt cops. We have the mob. It all just really works here, and I think it's a really good movie. I'm going to give Equalizer an 8.5 out of 10. It's great having the Eminem song in the credits as well. I love having that. I thought this first movie was great. Great action, great storytelling, good pacing. Really did a good job here, guys. Thanks. I hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts on the first Equalizer. Let me know yours in the comments below. And as always, I'll catch you in the next video.